Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teddy Crit. I'm Dungeon Master Hard, and joining me is my usual normal players. It's been a hot minute. It's been a month.
Usual? Semi-usual.
5 weeks, I think, in fact. So it'd be miracle we remember what the fuck we're doing.
This channel is like defunct right now. I'm playing D&D forever.
Yeah, it's basically shouldn't even exist. Right. Oh. Well then, let's whip around and introduce ourselves and who we're playing, just so we can fucking remember, because fuck me, it has been a hot minute. Let's start off with the person who has played D&D the most recently, and therefore, you know, is most up to date with the rules. And we're going down to our most, you know, repressed and, you know, like, needy D&D player.
I'll go first because I stayed for 5 minutes after everybody else left to talk to the DM. Hello.
Discretion.
Hello, I am Ryan, and I play Cyrus Revenmar, the Barbarian.
Thank you. I'm next.
Well, I'll go next because I was in that 5 minute extra conversation. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Barrow Starkhoof, the Satyr Rogue, and I'll pass it on to Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary. Play Asher, the Ismark Cleric, and I'll pass it on to Will.
Well, I'm playing Volga the Jergar Ranger.
Hi, I'm George. I'm not in their D&D game because they hate me. And I'm not really their friend. I'm only here because I'm dating the DM. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid.
Sad. Okay. Who wants to remind us?
It started off as a joke, but then I started to hurt my own feelings a little bit as I said it.
George, we love you. We are friends, even though you bully me.
You know, like when everyone's like playfully like ragging on each other, and then someone says like something you're genuinely kind of insecure about, and you can't then be the one to be like, oh no, that hurt my feelings because you look like an asshole. I just did that to myself.
Like when you all say that you want Mary in the divorce, and
Yeah.
I'll be alone. Me and Mary are married, by the way, and my friends will take her in our divorce. My friends will take her in our divorce.
Look,
Your
you will not
friends
make
that have
it
known you
out
since
of
uni.
that's all.
For 9 years?
Longer.
Listen, I'm
Longer.
50-50.
It's
Longer.
This time, 10 years ago. In about a month, we met.
My friends for a decade have known her even longer than that.
No.
Will take my wife over me in our divorce.
I mean, you picked her, Ryan, so she's clearly, you know.
I mean, yeah, you've all got great taste, but
it still hurts.
my feelings.
You're like, excellent taste if you weren't picking against me.
I mean, 90% of this, you've done this to yourself by, like, for most
It's
of
very
us.
much I respect it. It hurts. You're not wrong. Still hurts.
I mean, again, you did it to yourself, Ryan. You just don't play enough games with us. You choose your other friends.
I'm sorry. Stop
Mr.
playing.
Popular.
Stop playing. Run around, collect the rock.
No, I will give
mean
it
high
to,
octane.
I will give it to Ryan. Kieran is very needy.
He is very needy. I am basically his emotional support human.
You're basically his, like, husband, I think.
I know, in saying that, whenever he started dating someone, he got sad because he didn't play with me for like a week.
He blew me off for a girl he barely knew.
Yeah, that's giving husband vibe.
I can't believe Kieran's out there with his mistress. He should be home with me playing Marvel Rivals.
The last time we played D&D, we left Squall, we picked up our old ship, the Chimera, and we were heading away into Amalgamate Space to do something. There's something.
I think we are like. I don't think we picked up the ship yet. I think
You're in the
got to that
location the
space.
We're
Chimera
on our
is.
way.
And
But
then we
whenever
got
you
stopped
came
for a
into
random
like high
inspection.
security space, because you're trying to dock at a high security location, and because your ship is
Oh
very-
yeah, we tried to outrank the guy and he was like, let me get an official, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, so you've just touched down on Primus, which is the trading planet in Vanguard, which is like this big
Let's hope nobody has illegal drugs on them.
it's this big
Oh,
military
yo,
planet.
my bathtub.
It's an uninhabited planet, but it has a nice mix of terrain. It's uninhabited because all the original inhabitants there have been removed from the planet to make it just like basically a if you think Nuke Town, like Modern Warfare kind of style, it's like, let's just fucking like try these big fucking bombs we have and these lasers and just like, you know, do live fire drills and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what this whole planet is. You guys are touching down in like the main actual largest kind of like settlement, if you can call it that. It's like a military outpost you're basically at, which is where the Chimera was left behind.
Just before we start, I need, for my own and Cyrus's sanity, can we clarify, when you said, oh no, my bathtub, please tell me Barros does not have 3-week-old celestial dip still in his bathtub?
It's celestial, it doesn't expire.
It's formed a skin that is thickening every day.
It goes into like cheese making. He got a filter off the curd.
I was thinking more like...
He's making celestial
I was thinking
cheese
more
is
like,
what
have
he's
you
making.
ever seen where like sauce has been spilt and then dried and it gets like the big cracks in it?
I was picturing like the skin on a cup of tea.
I'm not like skin on gravy, you know, where it's just like real thick and gelatinous.
Guarantee Asher's put a thing with this biohazard and just not even bothering on that door.
He's not even gonna get arrested for the celestial dip. They're just gonna be like, this contains bacteria that's not known anywhere on the Expanse.
Babe, you request, well, you know, at your own request, you've not
That's where our
willingly
fucking
given in
space
for the
herpes outbreak
small-
came from.
Yep, you're not willingly given into the small search, which would have just probably looked at things like, you know, your hold, that means there's nothing like, you know, no, like, you know, people you should be bringing in, like, you know, the Amalgamate is still kind of at war a little bit, although it's died down a lot. So yeah, there's a few things that, you know, like, you know, they're warrant a search for. However, deploying your quite severe kind of like status and rank has prompted you to not be able to be searched by someone of a lower ranking tier. You guys need to be searched by someone of a similar rank, or at least with access to that level of security in case they come across something that they shouldn't like find. And maybe a low level person, you wouldn't want to find those kind of things. So a team of probably 2 individuals are kind of like arrive at your docking bay. They are both in amalgamate like scientist uniforms. They're like unarmed individuals. They both have these little like holographic touchpads. And they, as they kind of like stand there, they kind of give you like a little small nod, and they kind of like, you know, make a request to speak to the captain, and that's kind of like their first protocol. You know, the crew are like, you know, kind of all present around. You know, this is kind of what they're waiting for anyone to.
Are we gonna do the really dickish thing? Point out the fact that, and like, send the captain, not the admiral, not the admiral.
To it.
No, I'll probably already be down at the docks.
Before we reached this situation, I feel like Atlas went to Nender and was like, if anybody asks, you're a test subject.
But no, you probably come out that room and Volgir is just like stapling big stickers that says biohazard stay out, biohazard stay out.
If Stardust was sold at a market, what form of container would it come in?
At a market?
Little baggy.
I think whenever you bought it from that guy, I think he just sold you in like doses. So a dose, so Stardust is served in these kind of like they're test tubes, but they don't have like a lid. Like you kind of just like basically like clean the top off, and then it's like kind of good to go. It's got like a little weak rim on the glass. So like if you kind of, you know, like when you score glass and like it snapped perfectly in the score, it's kind of like that. So you basically like can hit it off something hard and it just pops the top off and you just can throw it back or snort the whole thing or whatever you want. But they're like little test tubes. They're probably like no bigger than like, you know, the like IKEA pencils. They're probably like that size. So they're not big by any means. And they were probably given to you in a like, for convenience, probably like a little like lined box just to like click shut, so like, you know, they're not like rattling around and not gonna get damaged.
Okay.
If you ask someone I'm sure you could put it in a bag of holding, but that involves you
He's not
telling
that-
someone.
he's
That's
not
the
that smart,
funniest
and
bit
he's
to me
not
that none of
telling
us
you.
know about Cyrus'
Cyrus,
new drug addiction.
is Cyrus gonna shove all of his drugs
No,
up his ass?
no.
Because I remind you, they are glass test tubes, and
I know,
there's a
no, I
very
know.
famous video.
This is
You just
why
gotta
I'm asking the
take all
question.
of the drugs at once. It's the only way.
This is why I'm asking the question, because if it was in like a bag, he might be tempted. If they're in glass containers, he needs to find a place. Is the little box airtight? Does he think it'll be like airtight or watertight?
It definitely isn't designed to be because they're in glass containers, so it's just more like to hold them in place.
Okay, he's putting the box in his toilet cistern, like
Okay.
where the water is. He's
Yeah.
putting it in there and
Sure.
he's putting the lid on it.
Okay, I want you to make me because this is usually like, can I hide something? I would like you just to make a stealth check. I will give you advantage because, like, you know, it's your room and you're like picking the best area you think they're not going to check. Let's just see how well you can hide this contraband.
That was 14.
14's pretty good. All right, Barros, do you come meet the? You're basically informed by the crew, Barros, that a quartermaster Niall and security officer Maven are waiting for you in the main loading bay.
Sure. I will ask Volga to accompany me, and Sunshine to basically meet the kind of equivalent roles.
Sure. Perfect.
Wear your most ostentatious hat.
The biggest hat
It's actually just like several tricorns stacked on top of each
I'm
other.
wearing the gnome's admiral hat that I stole off his body, and the reason I killed him.
Was it not like a quad corn? It wasn't even a bicorn or
Yeah.
it was like a quad corn.
Yeah. It's a little bit small for Barros, so it
I
kind of
love-
like sits on his head a little bit like a yarmulke. Like it kind of sits quite high in the back, but it just like pokes over the side.
I love that when
It's
we
still
killed
quite
that
large,
guy,
but-
it was like, Barros, kill that guy because he's gonna destroy my entire planet. And he's like, it's like, and also he has a cool hat you could steal. It's like,
But yeah, Barros, you come down with Volgear and Sunshine.
Yep.
And you're greeted by the side. There is the Niall, the quartermaster, is a human. He is like, you want to say like mid-30s. He's quite well put together. He's got like, you know, like shaved, kind of like short hair, like pair of glasses, and again wearing like a British like lab like outfitty kind of uniform. You know, this like holographic pad, and then at his side is there is a elven woman. She is a drow, and she doesn't have any obvious weapons on her, but you can see that she is not wearing she's wearing a like, you know, silver amalgamate kind of uniform, but she's got this kind of like almost like not Kevlar, but like a padded vest, or like, you know, definitely like a security uniform to some level. And as you kind of like approach, they kind of give a little slight nod. And Maven probably doesn't speak very much, but Niall will be like, "Oh, good. Hello. Which one of you is Captain? Sorry. Is it Admiral? Darkhoof? Is that title?
Yes, that's the correct title. This is my quartermaster Volger, Drakebo, and my head of security Sunshine.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, yes, fine. This shouldn't take very long, if I'm honest. We basically just want to go over and make sure there's nothing untoward or strange or startling on the ship. I suppose we can do an impromptu... There's two ways we can go about it. We can do a manual physical scan, which will take a little bit longer, which requires to get quite close to things, or we can just submit the Umbral Spear for a full mock-up scan, which will use our main system scan just to scan the whole ship very, very quickly. But for that, we will need all the crew to disembark because there is a little bit of active radiation that's used, which might be a bit less convenient. We're happy to take the inconvenience and search manually if you prefer. It's really your choice. It is your vessel to some level.
Normally it would be fine. Everyone very posh.
You've heard my snooty talky
It
voice.
would be. It would normally be fine to evacuate the ship. However, we are currently we have a number of research subjects on the ship that would be quite difficult to remove. That would not kind of make up for the delay of the actual scan itself. So I'm happy to do a manual one.
Perfect. Are you happy for us to just have a run of the vessel? We do have clearance, and they both will show their badges, and you see that both of their clearance badges, they are clearance level 7, so they're same as you guys.
Do we have badges?
The Umbral Spear has a rank.
Aw.
You guys are not like... It's not like you...
The second Atlas sees one of those badges, she's just gonna be there like, I need a badge.
Yeah, because
We
these are
have it by
passes.
proxy.
They're meant to be used like when you're going about like secure stations and like things like that. Like you guys being on the Umbral Sphere, that kind of is your pass. You know, like but like it's limited to the ship. It's not like it's like, and here are the keys to nuclear submarine. And while we're at it, here are the keys to Downing Street as well. Like they're not gonna.
Atlas wants that badge and will be referring it to my I get to do anything badge.
Stop, we need to see your badge. How about this? And it's just a Polaroid of the Umbral Spear docks.
I thought you were gonna be like, it's just a Polaroid of Atlas giving the middle finger.
This is just a bit of paper which says "fuck you, I do what I want" on it.
Oh, sorry, this piece of paper here.
But yes, would you like to come with us, or if you're happy to get the ship?
We can accompany, and I can show you on the ship. Like I said, there is a number of researches that we're doing here that maybe are not known to you. So I'd be happy to guide you through those and explain a little of what is going on. But our researcher would be able to explain it a little better.
I mean, until the search is completed, we can't let anyone else leave the ship for now. But
is
while
fine.
you get your affairs in order, we'll just do a primary exterior sweep, check the exterior engines, make sure that all of your systems are also working and nothing strange is going on as well. We do have some level of understanding of what the Umbral Spear is capable of, so we will just do a little primary system sweep, just make sure everything's up on board on that, and then we'll just, continue on through. We're basically going to check the ship over for its systems, make sure that they're running okay. We'll probably spot check some crew, just inquire about any potential issues or welfare issues of that nature, and we will do also a final sweep through for any things of like illegality, contraband. You have probably been to other areas of the Expanse where maybe things are a bit looser, or maybe the laws of the amalgamate don't apply there. However, whenever you are representing a ship of this level, we do unfortunately have to make sure that we are following those same standards as well at all times. The Umbral Spear, almost in its sense, is amalgamate territory on board its the vessel itself.
Of course,
So-
and if there is anything that we picked up, some of the crew maybe purchased something that they didn't know what it was, then we'll confiscate it, of course.
Indeed, we're not here to, unless we find something terrible, we're not here to imprison anybody, but anything we do find that is contraband, we will likely need to remove and destroy, which is,
Indeed.
it's very simple. We appreciate that we're on the same side here, but we're just making sure that we're not risking, some horrible outbreak of something, or, something weird going on, or, we don't want our reputation to be tarnished.
Be very glad you didn't put that in you, Cyrus. And I was just imagining Cyrus just at
Cyrus
that moment gets a
learning
bead of
this
sweat
after
across
shoving
the-
test tubes up his butt.
Every time that they said it's not going to be that bad, just the vein on his forehead just grows a little bit more.
Are you there as well, sir? I think it was just full
No,
gear.
no, he's
Okay,
not.
fine.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Delphi.
So they will spend, and the Atmosphere is a massive ship, like it's big, and there's only 2 of them because you're looking for like a high level clearance, so it takes them some time. So while they do the exterior of the ship alone, it takes them about an hour.
Bless you.
In that time, Cyrus already has, would anyone like to hide anything, hide anyone, do anything? Is there anything at all you guys are looking to stash or otherwise?
Anyway, let me check my character
I-
sheet to see if I'm holding anything illegal.
I'm just seeing if I have anything else that's
Yeah,
controversial.
I was like,
I feel like we're all our characters, but I've also got most of my stuff in a bag of holding.
they might
Is
actually
the
could tip
story-
it out.
Is the Stardust syringe technically drugs? Because there's the drug Stardust, which is basically this world's cocaine, but there's also the Stardust syringe, which is gnomish tech.
Effectively, you're basically asking,
You can make me a
is
medicine
the
check.
bong illegal because I've got the weed?
No, it's they're both called Stardust, and that's the concerning flag.
You can make me a medicine
Medicine.
check if you want.
Medicine.
I should be fine. I got some like flashbangs on me and some Viagra, but you know.
One.
That Viagra's definitely expired.
Yeah. Just kind of seeing how long I can carry it around at this point.
And do you have a note of what your Stardust syringe does, Cyrus?
The Ringe's Stardust.
Yeah, I got it. Identified, I think.
You got it. You find it in Echo Reach, but I'm just not sure if you know. Do you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a note
no.
of what it does?
I have the item. So astral dislocation, echo reflex, reflex, starborn overload. Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, it's like a
basically
random
what it
chance,
does.
kind of like
Yeah.
effect, because you don't know what.
You inject it and it does one of these things.
Stop dealing with random effect shit.
I'm sorry.
Every time
I'm
you
the
deal
one-
with random effect shit, like, I got sent back to the beginning of time for 7 years and you turned a god into people.
I'm sorry. Random things happen to me.
To be fair to Cyrus, the random effect stuff in this instance is because you don't know what it's cut with. It is Stardust to like seem a compound that you have, but it is like cut with other stuff, so it's not pure.
Does anyone remember that ad that was like warning you about drugs could be cut with other things, and it was like rat poison had been found in drugs, and the guy like coughs up an entire rat in his kitchen?
No.
That fucked me up as a kid. Like, why were like warning adverts so messed up when we were children?
I think the syringe is also going in the toilet.
Okay, so syringe and your little box are on the toilet, fine.
Yep.
Anyone else? Anything? Anyone?
I wonder what
Don't
the
think I've
legality
got
of the
anything.
giant robot is. Probably
Put it
fine,
down-
right?
Put it down as research.
I mean, the
Yeah.
amalgamate have little versions.
Yeah. I feel like we could just label most of the illegal shit we have as research.
Yeah,
Unless you hide it in a toilet.
yeah. If you literally hid it in the research center,
Oh, I put them all in the toilet.
He did it in his own room in private.
That would have been a good one, though. Just like hide it at the research center, and if it's found, it's like, oh, research.
Okay.
Yes,
It's not
I
that
remember.
smart.
They
Yeah.
search outside the ship.
Toilet.
They don't find anything that's strange or startling. Everything is in order, and then they begin searching through. Points of interest that they do search. They search your little brig where you have a prisoner, and they will inquire, probably with you, Barros, if you're still there. And who is it you have currently restrained in here?
It is a prisoner transfer from the unbreakable prison.
The
I have all
inescapable,
the
yes.
paperwork. The inescapable, yes, sorry. I've got all the paperwork. They were basically assigned to this ship on the idea that they would be of assistance to our research. They have something is going on with their kind of psychic abilities that allow them to enhance that. Hence the darkened room. However, we've come across some difficulty. We've actually accessing the prisoner and getting them out due to some kind of psionic barrier that they have themselves placed.
Right. And do you have any health records reports or any just logs about their well-being? I can pull up their report here, and you see he hits a few buttons on his terminal, and you can see like from where you're looking through, you can see like a backwards image of like you recognize like a mug shot, and you can see like, the words all written kind of like in backwards for you. They're all written in common. There's certainly human language. And you see they kind of like go through it and go like, so it looks like the individual was also marked for execution, and that was part of the arrangement with yourselves. She is to be executed. Is that correct?
That is. If there is no fruitful research to be had, then they will be returned and executed. If
Right. I will update that note then, because the note here says that they were transferred over to you to handle the execution. Which is fine. I'll change it to they're being returned to the inescapable and drew back.
this would only be the case if the research could not be complete.
Fine. I will make a note anyway to make sure that there is a cell kept available. Easy, and there's a few things. Perfect. And he will look over any like records you have about, like food given, water given, like any health checks done, like anything of that nature, which probably there isn't too much information on beyond like, a basic quartermaster log of like dispensed this.
We have been giving them food and water.
Because no, like, shit.
Atlas got stuck in there for a little bit.
Okay.
So did girls.
Yeah.
Has to look through the research area, but Kareen is present, and Kareen kind of takes over. So any questions they have about things, she will talk about, the research kind of going on, and what things are going for, and explaining what things are that they don't recognize, to the best of her understanding. And he seems fairly appeased by that. Maven doesn't really speak much this whole time. She's just kind of like watching, always looking around, checking things. Anytime like anything heavy needs to move, she comes over and helps like shift it. But that's probably about as involved as she gets. Kind of going up into the engineering and reactor area. Again, they do a little health check on systems and just make sure everything's all in order. You see that they access the main kind of like ventilation systems, and he reaches into a little pouch on his side and he pulls out a little orb, which looks very similar to like Durrell's like orb, which kind of like grows these like little spider legs, like sparks. However, this one, whenever he opens it up, you see that it has a singular little eye that opens up. And it has these little wings that sprout from its back, and you see like a little arm, leg deploy, and this little Modron just like comes out of his like a little pouch he has, and it's tiny compared to like the normal like singular Modrons you've seen on the Amalgam, which are like not big, but they're like beach ball size. This one is probably closer to like a little tennis ball in size. And you see he like takes it, connects it up to the terminal, inputs a few commands into it, and then removes it, and then like you see it just like the like legs and arms retract back in, and just starts flying off into the vents. And he's just like, perfect. That will.
It's okay. He's a robot now. He can't fit in the vents anymore.
Yeah, but did he put
what was left
before the robot?
Finishes the search. All the maintenance engineering stuff looks fine. The little robot does come back, and he takes it, and you see he reconnects it, and he begins to like quickly scrubbing through the footage, and he's like, that's strange. Would you take a look at this? And he hands over the tablet to Barrows to have a look at.
So many bombs.
Is there a bomb?
So you see like, and it's like you're going for like die hard vent, like you're going around, and this thing isn't like this thing every now and again it sees like a gap in the vents, like my turtle look, but like that's about as extreme it gets. It's just focusing where it's going, and you can see it's looking for like any damages, any blockages, any like buildup of dust, anything like that we need to check on. But like as it comes into like another area, you see there's a fairly large space in here, which seems to be a point where multiple like vents probably like converge. You're probably near that central crew spire maybe, but like somewhere like inside the actual wall in like a hollow. You can see this little sleeping bag, way too small for like a normal sized person, like a little small sleeping bag here. There's like a little like satchel that's like been set up next to it. And then when you like this thing like kind of scans over the area, and you see like these little like circles like anomaly detected, like like it's like highlighting these things that shouldn't be in a ventilation system. And then as it pans over, you see that there is like this like just etched into the metal of the vent. There is this like big mural, which is like not very big, but probably like a good like 3-4 meters across, a couple meters high. And you see there's like this very proud looking draconid like figure, who's like, got this big chest, like big strong arms. They're like looking very proud, like breathing fire. And then you see like under their feet, like all these like small, like, other humanoid races, you think. Like, you see, like, pointy elves with ears. You see, like, you know, like, horns on some of them. And they're all, like, kneeling at this one's feet. And then there's, like, words written in Draconic coming from a speech bubble, which is, like, encapsulated by the fire that you don't understand because you don't speak Draconic. And he's just like, oh, this is most concerning.
Not as concerning as you think. We had a crew member by the name of Fizz. He was one of our engineers. He would sometimes go into the vents. He, I assume, would sleep in there. This seems to be one of his cubbyholes. I would not worry. He recently died and was brought back as
Don't worry, he died recently.
as like a automaton.
So this individual is still part of your crew, yes?
Yes. Nothing to worry about. Fizz is quite the. To be fair, most of the crew are quite the character. It's run by satyrs and a bunch of officers who are insane, including myself.
Sure. Noted. And there's also a highlight in this area, and he scrubs for a little bit further, and you can see it's maybe like, 5 minutes after like the street landscape you're in, and you're somewhere higher up in the upper reaches of the ship. It's like, I think we're somewhere near the either the command deck or the crew deck, roughly. We're kind of in between that area. And you just see that there is like just little pockets, like a deck strapped to the wall, these like weird little mounds, and you see like it gets close, and you can just see there's it's like a little. It almost looks like Play-Doh, just like slapped on the side, and you see a little antenna just sticking out of it. And you see it's like labeled like 75, and it's like, And they go through, and he's like, there's actually quite a lot of these throughout. It seems. Are these some kind of fail-safe device or explosive to scuttle the ship? Do you know of these? I don't think these are in the original plan, but they appear to be placed at quite structural points.
We had a sneaking suspicion. Fizz had done this on our last ship. He was told not to do this on this ship, but clearly our orders have that. Right. Good to know. I'll get someone to clear that out.
Yeah, we're going to need to have that cleared out very quickly. We can help get a team, a bomb disposal team.
Are they very small? Because not going to fit in those vents.
I mean, we do have like a few doors that quite chunky maybe. Have a small people we could deploy. The automatons are really good for reconnaissance at the moment. They'll go beyond that. Children? Children are already stuck.
Do you
I'm just
just
gonna-
have access to a bunch of children?
No, well,
Who are
actually,
also
there's quite.
I'm
But
surprised that
bomb
there isn't
disposals?
some kind of crack team of druids whose job it is to just turn into guinea pigs.
Volgear has enlarge reduce. Volgear can do it.
We could probably reach out to the Feywild and see if
I will reduce
anyone
you,
in Lush
Ryan.
any
You
Lush
can
teams
do it.
be able to come over. They're not too far away, but it might delay your departure a little bit.
Sure. We just you're gonna need someone quite small who also knows bombs.
I'm sure in all of the amalgamate forces will find someone. And you see he like puts a little request on his terminal. Continues on through the one deck. Has a little brief look at the medical bay, looks at medical records. Looks like the constable doesn't seem super concerned by any of that nature. Crew deck. Randomly spotting up the crew. Asks like how they're being treated. All this kind of stuff, like how things are going. One of them obviously the racist stuff was already dealt with, so that's all quite common news. So there's nothing too strange or startling. One of the crew, and also it was flagged up in the medical records, and he looks at you and is like, it seems like your crew maybe are a little bit over enamored with one another. I'm not judging, and he's like looking at you as like a satyr of your mostly like satire crew. Like,
Hey, we have safe sex stations every 34 feet in this ship.
it's very normal. But yes, I noticed you do have a few optional aids to help minimize any kind of disease spread, I can only encourage you to continue to do so, as it does seem like you have just recently overcome an outbreak of something.
Terrible case of space gonorrhea.
Yes.
Honestly.
It sounds awful.
Yes.
The images in the medical bay are quite uncomfortable to look at.
Yes, we had to hire
We're getting those images transferred onto posters to stick up on the walls near the safe tech stations.
Yep. But during the search, they do end up inquiring about this experiment, as you have labeled them, which is residing in a crew quarter. Which is being because there's like I can see there's one member of the crew deck here which is remaining locked. Is that a makeshift prison as well, or?
Generally, it's for the crew safety more than anything. They are part of the research. They're more compliant than the prisoner down the brig.
Is that the illithid that Karina mentioned?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. I have no interest on going anywhere near that thing. Let's move on. And they just move on to the command deck. But while searching for the crew decks, they do a couple of spot checks in a few rooms. And as you guys are all officers, they do ask you guys a few questions, probe a little bit. Most of you have nothing to hide. However, Cyrus, this individual that he's speaking to, he's like, and just formalities, you are the head engineer, chief engineer.
Head engineer is fine.
Head engineer, perfect. Well, honestly, I actually spent a lot of time in engineering before I moved on to quartermastery. Very enjoyable. Nice to understand how things work, Great. Anything that we need to know, anything dodgy, anything strange. This is just a formality, obviously, but we fairly high
Of
trust.
course. I don't think there's anything you should be made aware of.
Make me a deception check.
17.
Good. This guy has a +3 to his insight. Right. Sure. During the search for the crew deck, he does make a point of investigating Cyrus's room. But he probably does that. He probably speaks to Cyrus like in engineering, like when he's down there. So he's like, and just randomly selecting your room. Ah, yes, room 75. And he just goes over and like Cyrus Rebel March. Go. And he is going to investigate Cyrus' room. Again, he has a +3 also to his investigation. And he's got to beat a stealth of 14.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Stick his head in, have a good little search around, and like you see, Brass, he's very respectful. Like, opens a couple of cupboards at random, like looks under the bed, like has a little check. Like you see, he actually checks a few, like he feels a few seams and he loose like boards in the walls and things like that. Like any panels not even popped off. Can't find anything strange, and he's like, well, all seems in order, and then just like slips away and leaves. Goes to the command deck, does a final systems check on your main systems, and ultimately is very, very happy. Only issue that you have is that potential threat to life in regards to those bombs. Is that individual who planted them? You said they're here, yes?
Yes, I can call them up.
Yeah, that might be. Maybe they have a way to ensure they're deactivated if they're going to be removed, or.
He absolutely doesn't, but.
Maybe we can also send
I'll call Fizz up to the command deck.
It doesn't take long until you hear like the whirring and like chunking of like the mechanical limbs and like feet like hitting like the ground. And like Fizz is a robot. He's a warforged. He doesn't walk with that like fluidity of like an organic being. Everything he does is kind of like, one foot in front of the other. Like the whole body shifts and tilts of each step, like almost like pivoting side to side as they move. And like they're big. It's like even duck down to get into the doors and stuff. And they kind of just give like a big wave to kind of start off, and then they go like nervously, hello.
Fizz, do you
Yes.
remember what I told you the last time you filled the vents with bombs?
Nervously, to do it again?
No.
Apologetically. Oh, you probably said not do it again, but I struggle sometimes to hear the first word. Sometimes.
Selective hearing. Okay. Right. Is there a way to safely disengage all of them all at once, or are they all homemade, sticky, will blow up if you touch them the wrong way bombs?
Deceptively, there is no safe way to disarm my bombs.
Incredible. Right.
Barrows, he started that sentence with deceptively. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Irritated. Shut up, sunshine.
Right. Tell us how to disarm the bombs.
Sadly, fine. And he will hand over a few little devices that he tries to retrieve from his room. But he gives you a makeshift radio that's been retrofitted, and you can see it's got a little dial, and you can pick a channel, and it's select number to activate, press the big button to disconnect from the system, press the red star. They will still be reactive, however, no signal will reach them.
Right. And how long on the expert? And how long to be the inspectors?
Panel. Oh, good news. We actually have a pixie specialist who was just training fire drills over on the station. So she's due to be in here within the next 35 minutes.
Right. Fizz, you're going to re-explain everything to the bomb expert. And then you're going to go down to the med bay. And you're going to have a safety seminar on why it's not great to try and kill everyone.
Grumpily. I only did it in case you were going to lose the ship. Why does no one ever see the bigger picture? Why is it always, Fizz, stop planting bombs?
Fizz, I saw the mural.
Panicked. Fizz does not know what you're talking about.
Right. Sunshine, make sure he gets down to the med bay and make sure it's Astra that's doing his safety training.
Sure.
She can really, really drill it in.
Sure. I'll go tell her that he's planted little bombs and he's got some kind of weird, dragon supremacist shit going on in the vents. And clunk, 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 they stomp away. The specialist does arrive. She's quite little. It will take her some time. However, the good news is your ship is signed off. So you guys are free to go out and do whatever you need while they are working away on getting your ship debombed.
Again.
The good news is it's too big to fit in the vents anymore.
As I said, we could just reduce Volgear, stick him in the vent.
Do you... I can't even threaten you with exposing your Stardust addiction. Because no
You
one
don't know
knows.
about the Stardust addiction. Nobody knows.
It's fine, I'll just sign us up for... sign us up as part of this this health and safety course,
Oh, I know
Noticing
not to-
signs of
I know not to
addiction.
ki- I know not to kill everybody on the ship. I don't need a safety brief from my sister.
What don't you need from me?
Nothing. No, what?
They something called me up for a debrief.
Yeah, for
What?
Fizz, not for me. He put bombs in the vents again.
Not for.
Hard cut to Sunshine and Fizz in the med bay. And Sunshine opens the door and goes hey, Astra, I need you to give a debrief to Fizz about why it's not a bad idea to put Oh, she's not here. Okay, Fizz. I guess I'm gonna have to do this. Grab a seat.
Sunshine, hold off.
You
Get
arrive
your
after
ass.
some way through. Like, Fizz is just sat there with his arms crossed, and Sunshine's like, and you know, like, and if you did put a bomb somewhere, and it did blow up, someone's probably gonna die. And, like, that's probably not a good thing. Like, they might be a bad person. Like, a lot of people on this ship, deep down, were probably actually bad people, so maybe having bombs isn't such a bad idea. Like, he's, like, talking himself, like, back into...
Sunshine?
And Fizz is like, encouragingly, exactly, that is what I am saying. Like, I'm glad you finally understand and see from my point of view. Like, it's completely reversed.
You just walk in, you say, right.
Sunshine
bullshit
reverse
now.
psychology himself
Yeah.
into wanting bombs.
And Sunshine then sits next to Fizz, and you have to give them both the same talk.
Right, I'll be right back.
But yeah, with all that dealt with and no major consequences, the Chimera is also able to be brought back to your ship, and it is restored back on the deployment deck. So it's back in your main kind of like actual flight deck now, as well as your shuttle from the Chimera as well, which currently is being stored in the Chimera itself, but you can take it out while in your own hangar. Aboard there as well.
Are we also picking up supplies for the relay?
Yes, you can get those all sorted here. So Kareen can get those
Yes.
sorted. You just need to provide the monetary funds, because again, these are, you know, you're getting a slight reimbursement probably at the end, but right now it's not like hypotheticals and like, you know, a lot of people you go speak to don't have like, you know, like you're probably not buying the stuff from the military. You're probably buying the stuff from like, you know, merchants and stuff who like are nearby or passing through. Because she's asking for weird shit that the military don't have a stockpile of. You know, it's like, and you guys didn't negotiate a spending budget with the amalgamate. You just negotiated a ship to do your mission.
It comes out of the pockets of Barros and Volgear. They're rich anyway.
But yeah, while you sort of that extra out to get it all sorted, we will deal
Who's
with
stealing my money?
no one. We're just dealing with your cash that you require for the pieces for the
I heard.
scanner.
I heard Cyrus giving up the company money.
We don't have a military budget. The research team needs supplies. You gotta pay up.
I thought we did have it. We were just requisitioning ship.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is
but it's like we buy it and then we
you're requisitioning it, but there is a cost behind the communications scanner because it's like you're not requisitioning. Like the military don't have all this gear. Like you're having to get it bought from someone. But because you're in a amalgamate station, it does half the price. So it would normally be 6,500 gold pieces if you're like buying it like interconic space. But because you're in amalgamate space, it's half the price. It's only 3,250 gold pieces for the bits that you need. And they're just bits that the amalgamate don't have like immediate access to. So to get them like quickly, you're having to like pay basically now.
Okay.
Yeah, they can provide you things like power sources and like basic like building materials, but yeah, like more advanced stuff for like weird like crystals that they need to like, you know, get these relays set up like that. Like that's more the big
Really?
thing.
Why are we for mana coils? I don't think we've restocked those in a while.
Question for your quartermaster. Bear in mind, the
Spare
Emerald
ones.
Spear, the Emerald Spear can jump like, you know, twice as far than the Chimera could, so you'd probably burn through less.
Done like 4 jumps.
You'd like 8, I think, to go to like your home world
Yeah.
or Squall and back. Because everything within
How many can it
Squall's
do?
called
How many can it do?
the Emerald Spear, it could do like 3 or something like that.
No. How many jumps can it do before it needs resetting? Refueling. That would.
So every jump takes a mana coil.
Yeah, but how many does it keep? Like it was max of like the Chimera was 8, like 7 max jumps before it needed to stop.
Let me see if I have a note of this.
I do not yet. I only have the
let's say for ease, and like the fact that the ship is like quite advanced, it could probably hold like a good 20. Like it's like a big fucking military ship. Like it's not gonna.
Well, I'm putting this to here for a while.
Just gonna double check my astral shift rules and make sure it is the cost of a mana coil per jump or a mana coil per sector. Yep, so it's 1 per jump it costs. Cheap as fuck.
So does that mean that ships that can jump 2 or 3 at a time are basically more energy efficient? than smaller ships?
Significantly so, yeah, because you're staying at that like light speed travel for longer. Because the difficult thing is not traveling at light speed, the difficult thing is not hitting something. So it's being able to predict what's going to be in my path for that duration of travel with everything moving in space. So a smaller ship like a Chimera doesn't have very good sensors, it can roughly predict trajectories, whereas the like Orbital Sphere can predict a lot further and can like, plot its course a lot, longer term by doing so. Change my battery over.
I've now made a tracker for the supply.
I'm back. But yeah, you guys get the Chimera. Anything else you need to stock up on? But then you're more or less good to go.
Do we have stats for the Umbral Spear, or do we just have stats for the Chimera?
There is definitely stats for the Umbral Spear somewhere. They may not be on. No, they're on Roll20, I think. Yep.
I think so. In the library bit.
I have the there we go. I have the Chimera and the Cottontail and stuff. Hull 16. I'm just wondering, would it be worth our while picking up some quick fixes? Because I know Durl has a hull and shield. He has a shield booster and a hull quick fix for the Chimera. Would it be worth our while to pick up a few for the Umbral Spear, since it is our main vessel now? Because I don't know if it would need to be specialized or not.
Do we need to pay for supplies as well? And of course,
Yeah.
you're saying that.
Mana coils and stuff, if you reach an amalgamate station like this, you can just top those up for free.
Cool, so I'm gonna just assume that we're topped up.
What about
Basic shit like food, like mana coils, like food and fuel and stuff like that, that's all gonna be handled by the amalgamate. But anything like, hey, we're doing this fucking crazy experiment and we need like, actually like, a 200 kilogram worth of like sapphires to make this fucking thing. They're like, okay, well we don't have that. So you're gonna go find that somewhere else. They probably connect you to like a merchant and then you have to buy it from the merchant. And also the amalgamate are also like, we have, like, Kareen, not an amalgamate scientist. She's just like someone who you guys have given a job. Like, you guys are not like military. You guys are like contractors. Like, you probably at best could like write up a bill and hopefully like claim it all back at the end if you're lucky. Like, that's probably the best way to go about it. But like, yeah, you weren't given an expense budget, but they're like, we will give you a ship and supply the ship for its basic needs to like achieve this task.
Olgir is now creating an itemized list of everything that we have bought this time.
But like, it's probably pretty soon, but if you succeed in your mission, you will probably be well rewarded, is like the general...
I like to imagine that it's an itemized list of everything we've needed, and like just on there somewhere is like, Cyrus fucking died at one point. That feels like we should get some money for it.
So,
what is it? Bereavement costs for his poor wife, even though they weren't married at the time.
Our biggest cost is 600,000, which was paid for all of the research equipment that we are currently using. Outside of that, I'm not sure. Maybe the first time that we bought any research equipment, but I think we might have just tanked that.
Besides that, the biggest thing was the The only other thing we did.
Yeah, this is like the
for
first
ourselves,
big expense thing you guys have had beyond like upgrades and shit. And again, upgrades are entirely on your own back. If you want to upgrade, like they've already given you top of the line ship in their eyes. If you want to upgrade it, do them personally. That's on your own back.
So for like quick fixes, if we wanted to get some for the Umbral Spear, would they fall under the hull 4,000 credits or the specialized for 8,000? Because the ship's technically a prototype ship. Specialized usually means like quick engine repairs or quick shield repairs.
So the hull is just a hull. So if you have a quick fix for the hull, that's still appropriate for the Umbral Spear.
Cyrus is probably going to pick up a few different pieces then. Let's see what we got.
But yeah, while you're doing that shopping, I assume you guys are plotting a course where you want to go next. So where do you want to go next?
I believe it's Linkson, right?
Linksan, if you want to go to Zoik, to the homeworld of Sunshine and Leonin. Sure. I would need a plotted course from your navigator of the proposed route you'd like to take.
$14.
Alright, and what route do you want to take? Do you want to go around the long way? Do you want to go straight there? Like, what's the...
We should probably go straight there, right? We got a lot of shit to get done.
Yeah, so I think we can jump 3? Was it 4?
3.
So we want to kind of...
I think it's whatever a destroyer can normally jump plus 1 from memory. The destroyer can normally jump... Fuck is my table of fucking tabs? Yeah, so destroyer can only jump 2, so you can jump 3 with this one.
Okay, so I think first stop is probably Carius Nebula.
That's a 2 jump for you.
Is that 2 jump? Oh, we're not counting. Okay.
You don't count your home base, I don't think. Then you're going through 3 yes, it's 3 sectors, like, jump. You could just beyond Carousel if you want. That would be the Celestial Shroud, which is the one with the, like the big, like nebula, like, kind of all through it, like, you know, like, it's got the big shrouded nebula, you guys hit it.
The one next to it.
Yep.
Then there, probably got to stop on the border anyway. I think that's the frontier district, right?
I don't know if you guys have ever been in that district, actually.
Volgear, I need you to add some ship inventory for
Do
me.
we want to go onto the front, or would it be smarter trying to hop straight into Draconid territory?
That is the frontier, but yeah, I don't know if you guys have been in frontier before. You boys have avoided frontier.
1, 2, 3. So would we want to kind of jump there instead, and then jump straight into Draconid from
You could
there?
actually jump 1, 2, 3 to here.
Oh, right, okay. Might be a good idea. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we go there, then 1, 2, 3. So just there, and then 1, and then jump straight to Linksan.
Alrighty.
You ready, Quartermaster?
Where Where's this?
Is it actual items? Say like buying shit.
I'm buying shit, but I'm happy to pay for it because I can afford it. It's just so that we have it and it's logged. Because if I log it, it might get lost.
Just put it in the party inventory, like a item in the party inventory.
Okay.
Keep
So Alice, you
forgetting
got a
about that feature.
14, yeah? Cool. I also need a couple of D100s for your journey.
I'll roll one.
I'll roll another.
Perfect. No strange hazards. However, Atlas, I do need you to roll me a D100 for potential random encounters you set off from Vanguard, where you currently are. Of course, you get an encounter pretty quickly.
52.
52. Okay. So while you are traveling along and, like, you know, making your way, it's probably just as you come out of Starshift in the Celestial Shroud cluster, which, if you recall, it has this, like, huge big nebula called the Shroud Nebula, which is this, like, big cloud of stellar gas and dust.
That's the one that we kind of like skipped around to avoid the.
Yeah, you used it before, like, dip and duck or dive through. And there's lots of things hidden in there, not very well known about. As you guys come out, you're kind of on the edge of this. And with the Umbral Spear's more advanced scanners, you detect something within the actual nebula itself, like an immense power source. And like you can like just like get a feeling for it. You're not quite sure what it is. You could try to do more, like a more intense like scan, or try to pull up like potential images of that what you're looking at. But there's something quite powerful like lurking in there. You're not quite sure what it is. Or you can just ignore it.
When we're on a bit of a time crunch, we can ignore it.
All right, you choose to ignore it. The energy chart, like you see that like thing keeps getting more and more severe, getting very, very powerful. But you simply just choose to ignore it. Where would everyone be while you're waiting for the ship's drive to recharge?
I mean, I feel like Astra made up a exercise book for Fizz to fly up the dangers. Putting bombs
Fizz is writing on a Fizz is writing on a chalkboard right now. I will not put bombs in the ship's vents. I will not put bombs in the ship's vents.
Bart.
If that's happening, Volga's probably sat there in that nearby,
Astra and Volga in
like
the
a
med
copy,
bay.
just laughing.
Barrels will just be on the command deck.
Yep.
I imagine Atlas probably also hangs out on the command deck when we're flying, in case she needs to navigate a new route suddenly.
Sure thing.
Cyrus is doing inventory.
Cyrus is arm deep in a toilet, fishing out his toilet drugs.
No, he's already hyped up, so he's doing inventory because he's motivated.
Where
Like,
are you doing
Volga
that?
is
Just like an
still-
engineering or?
Yeah, engineering.
Perfect.
Like, Volga's still got the mild hump that he keeps getting told he can't fly, so he's just given up even trying to fly.
Alrighty, so...
I mean, you probably would be given a chance to fly, considering it's a like morning shift, night shift, like 24-hour thing. It's like running on a ship. You have a night. Like a 12 out, 12 off.
Beros, you get the alert first, as you feel like you feel like the whole ship alerts suddenly to the side, and quickly looking at the console, you see there's a huge readout on your side shields. You can see that they have fallen to 62% as you've just been like damaged by something.
Put the ship into red alert.
These red lights on the I think you all feel like this rumbling, but the armatures are so big, right? A shot of that size actually isn't that scary on a ship that size. Like you get this like rumbling, like it's that thing, but then the ship kind of like goes back to stagnation.
Asher probably looks at Fizz first, like, did he do something?
I'll probably then get on to comms with engineering, figure out what's going on.
All right.
What's going on?
But like, in a more panic, what the fuck is going on? The ship's just taking a hit. Shields are down to 62%. Something on your end?
No, nothing on our end. If we got hit by something, it's outside. What side? What shields took a hit?
Which shield?
It was your side shields. That's just your side shields is like a central encompass. So that is busy. You got front shields, back shields, and your side shields are like a circular projection around like a halo effect. So it's somewhere on your flanks. Could be
Side
above,
shields.
below.
Do we have any like way of detecting things on our broadside?
Yeah, you have a radar. You can scan your radar.
I like to think
yeah.
that all of us are still stuck in the mode, like, we want to know something, we're just like, Saparna! Wait, you don't run the ship, never mind.
Yeah, Cyrus will do a radar burst just to
Saparna's
see.
be like, you
if
called?
anything's flying.
What?
Make an engineering check, Cyrus, to try to triangulate where this might have come from.
Yeah.
Looking for any anomalies, maybe strange or startling. As you're got this little terminal like down in engineering.
At the same time,
And I have to find my tools.
I will ask Atlas to see if she can get a visual from like one of the side windows.
Sure. Alice, you want a little perception check? Look around so you can see it with the naked eye.
Yep, Atlas will try and crane around a window and see.
10.
10. Cyrus, you start doing a scan, looking around. The only thing you can see, Cyrus, is that like big power source from somewhere in the shroud. That's the only thing that's coming up in like your local like sensors. Atlas, you looking around, like looking for anything strange and startling. With the way the ship is orientated right now, nothing with the naked eye, unfortunately. There's nothing in front of the vessel. Like, you're looking at, like, because the command deck kind of like looks primarily out in front. So you probably like double back towards, go for a few side rooms. So you leave the command deck briefly, looking at some of our external windows, looking for anything. You see this beautiful nebula twinkling along on one side, and the other side you just see, like, this like big glowing star that makes up, like, the rest of this actual, cluster that you're in. But you don't see any, like, there's no ships. You don't see, like, more, like, beams of energy flying at you like that. So you don't see anything at the moment as you're looking around looking for this thing.
Something flagged from the shroud.
Yes, you look at it, just like a big power source, and you're looking at it.
I'll use my hollow strap to communicate with Barrel's back in thing that whatever hit us, I can't see any more coming, I think.
Cyrus, as you're looking at that readout, because that's the only thing you can look out, just make me a intelligence check. Or I would allow perception.
They're both 0, so 5.
5. Yeah, I mean that's all you can see. It's just this big like pulse, kind of like on your like
I'll
submarine style radar.
I'll just message and be like, it came from starboard. Yeah, starboard, right.
It came from Cyrus looks at where he has by road on each hand, which is which.
he's like, which is starboard? That doesn't work.
Don't forget about like, moonboard and lort, like the other directions, because you're on a 3-dimensional. It's very confusing.
It came from the right.
All right. Right. We have two options. We can either fly the ship out of here and hope whatever hit us isn't following, or we can go towards it and hope that whatever it is, we can sustain it.
If it hit 60 in one hit, surely it's better to keep going.
I mean, it might have been
The
a
ship
random
has
chance
not moved.
thing.
It has been approximately 1 minute, and the ship rustles and rustles
Update,
again.
it's not a random chance thing.
Hit by an ever blast. Your side shields have fallen to 14%.
Do I see anything when we get hit? Like, if I'm standing there when we get hit?
What's that? Where are you looking at? Are you looking at forward? Are you looking at left? Are you looking at right?
What side do we get hit on first?
You got hit on the side shields.
Yes, but which side did we get hit on first?
Right.
Your
side.
side
Our right or our
shields.
left?
On your side
Right.
shields. It just encompasses your entire vessel. Like, so
Cyrus shouted out right.
yeah, Cyrus shouted it right,
not that
but he has
was
no
right.
information apart from the fact he's looking at the nebula, which is the right-hand side.
She would have run to the right then.
Okay, looking at the right, you see this like big purple beam of energy fly out of the right-hand side, and like you see it just like glances off the shield, like all on the side wing on the Umbrelspheres, comes out of the nebula.
Update, Nebula shooting us.
Right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Days.
Yeah, what am I doing? Sorry.
Just flying us the fuck out
Getting
of
the
here.
fuck out of here.
Sure, where are we going? Are we going somewhere local to the system, or are we jumping?
Well, not jumping, just fly.
All right, we've got
Opposite direction of wherever that beam just came from.
all right. You all feel the ship like spin around.
I think that's directly towards a star, but sure, whatever.
Atlas, you lose sight of it because it falls behind the ship and you've no visual behind.
We need a little viewing pod on top of this thing, by the way.
Just the imagery of Atlas poking her head out the dome like R2D2, like looking around, like while you're
she
being
could-
shot at.
she could,
It's
like,
fucking
360,
hilarious.
like,
yeah, exactly. Because she's an oil, so she can look all the way around. But yes, you see that she is like, okay, closest thing to us is that mining colony Spectra. It's starting to be racist, that, but that's all we got.
Well-
When the Umbral Sphere begins sealing off in that direction.
You've changed races since then, so maybe we'll be okay.
Alrighty. Another blast. And like Barrel's now you're actually looking at like the terminal and like inspecting it. You see this thing, it grows and grows and grows and swells in like charge, and then suddenly shrinks again. And as it shrinks, you like there's a very slight anomaly. You're like your system picks up, but it's like so quick your scanners are barely keeping track of it. But then you see like it's like whiz past. It's like little thing that just misses you, just goes off in deep space.
We're definitely not equipped to be dealing with this kind of stuff.
What even is shooting at us? I can't see anybody.
Nebula!
Yeah, but whatever it is, it's not moving. It's like, it looks more like a fucking turret than like a ship.
Nebula
Nothing
is
falls.
shooting at us. Move away from it.
But the nebula's not inherently bad. It's just a fucking group of dust.
Well, the group of
Need
dust is
something?
shooting us.
Something is maybe in the dust.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do you want to fly towards the dust? Because that seems like a worse idea.
These is just gonna keep flying away because it's the last instructions. So she's going for a Spectrum. That's gonna take time to get it to get away. And you guys aren't sure of the range here. So but the Umbral Sphere moves quick. It can move 1,800 miles an hour. It's pretty fucking fast. So Daisy is just gonna gut it unless you tell her to change her mind. She will continue to fly away from this thing until it like breaks contact. You're flying away from the actual nebula itself, but it was shooting through the nebula before, so you're not sure how much it's impacting any vision or sight. But she's heading for the closest thing, which is this, which is actually Spectra, is this like moon, which orbits Ecliptus, which is a big rocky planet. So she's heading for the Spectrum moon, and she's hoping to get to the far side of it to like break line of sight. But it's probably like the guts of like, you know, without a shift, like it still probably gets like a good 30 minutes. 'Cause you're not going light speed, and you're traveling thousands of miles across like, you know, space.
Have there been any further impacts on the rear shields?
There has been one recorded anomaly blast in charge that missed. And they seem to be firing every minute or so. But it's going to take you guys at least 30 minutes to get to the moon. And there's no, like, all the debris fields are, like, back in the nebula. So that's where all your cover is, effectively, that you're flying away from. But that's also where the threat is. The further away you guys get, you might get out of range of this thing, or it might give up chase. You're not sure.
Yeah,
Barros, I think if they knock our shields down, we have to jump.
Agreed.
Okay. This thing is going to fire again.
With emergency jump?
Yeah.
The shield
Atlas into her
muscles.
com. Jump monkey, get on it!
And these now connects like an actual intercom up to engineering because you guys are not in combat. And she goes like, okay, rear shields have just dropped to 55%. Engineering, can we like get shields back, please? What the fuck are you doing down there?
Divert front shields to rear shields.
These then is going to flip a few commands. She's going to sacrifice her piling check this turn, which is going to mean the ship is going to be easier to hit, but she activates cloak. And you hear like all the systems go quiet. And the ship hopefully begins to... well, if they're looking at us, they're not looking at us anymore. Another minute will go by. These now takes a slightly more erratic path in case like they're like, trying to track your original vector. So she like veers on to the left, but another shot will fire out. Fuck me, these guys are good. The ship shrieks and rumbles once again. Okay, rear shield. How much of your front shields you put in the rear shield, Cyrus?
I put 25 in.
25, so plus 25 for that. So that's gonna be okay. Even with the nice boost we just got there, that's still us on 46% rear shields. They can still see us even when we're cloaked. It might be looking at energy signatures, I don't know, but they're definitely looking with their eyes.
Can I do a full speed ahead?
Sure. Yeah.
Is
so
there a max capacity that rear shields can hold, or is it just a
100.
total 100?
100 per area. Actually, you know, you can go above the 100. So yeah, you could put all in the back. You could put all in the back if you want to.
I'll basically fill it to 100 from the front because they're not shooting at us from the front.
Sure. So you're gonna take out 54 more from the front then. Which should be...
If they're not looking at us
19?
and they're tracking something on the ship, maybe it's worth just trying to cut it and go quiet.
It is 19. My math was wrong.
Okay, well, the good news is we got big rear shield right now, so it does take another pop shot at us. It's gonna have to get through a lot to do any actual real damage. This thing is shooting at... it's almost off local rate. This is shooting at thousands and thousands of miles. Full speed ahead. Barros, what was your D6 roll?
Do it. 2, so that would be 10.
10. Nice. Okay, full. So you like coast ahead a good bit further this time, increasing your speed bonus as you fly a bit further. This thing is going to take another shot at you. You're still not out of its range yet. It's another hit. Rear shields, you feel the shaking again as the rear shields like begin flashing. Okay, rear shields just dropped to 64. It's pretty much firing reliably every minute. This thing. We've still got a ways to go to get to this fucking moon. Unless anyone's got any bright ideas.
I'm gonna give her all she's got. So whatever check comes next, they can get a plus 10 to it. Oh, I can boost the 10. So proficiency bonus to piloting check, proficiency bonus to weapon systems, or
Boost the shields. So.
1d10 to shields. What do we think? Is evasion worth it? Or are we just beelining it?
So this thing, I'll tell you right now, they get a +6 to hit. So Daze can basically add her like dexterity onto the Emerald Sphere whenever she's actively piloting it. So she can bring it up to like a 21 armor class. They just rolled incredibly well. Like the last like 3 rolls, they got a 15, a 19, and like a 17. Like they've rolled a 15 or higher to hit you guys right now. They just got very lucky.
It's
So adding 5 to the piloting check, probably not worth it.
That would give Daze a bonus. It would give an additional bonus.
I'll give her all she's got, and I'll add my proficiency to the to Daze's
Right, great.
checks.
So you basically empower the AC even further. That pushes your AC up to a 26 because it basically adds your proficiency bonus to Daze's dexterity. So she can do a lot more as she's flying around. She's really, really strong. That means I even did not 20 to hit you guys. So this time the shot just goes wide, and you're still cloaked because your cloak lasts for like an hour. So as you go along, anything else you guys are doing in between shots here? Because obviously it's gonna just keep pewing.
Just assume I'm constantly giving her Cyrus is running wrong.
So you just stop.
Flip that switch.
Yep, so you stop with the shield, reallocating shields, and you just focus purely on just giving as much party engines as possible.
Yes.
Atlas is still throwing forward the idea of just shut everything off and go quiet and see what happens.
Okay.
Cyrus doing the opposite.
Yeah.
That's why they're married.
We'll do one more round of like basically pushing it, and if they're still gunning for it, then we'll try the showing off.
Another minute, another shot, way off wide. The further you guys are getting away from this thing, the further its shots will be landing. Like obviously it's trying to shoot something smaller and smaller, and it's not getting any closer. You don't think? But I was like looking at the like readouts and stuff like that. It's looking like it hasn't moved.
Keep going.
Okay, keep pushing it. Yep. Again, another shot rings out, but again, just going wider and wider. You think if not for the burning of the engines at that time, it might have had contact.
Keep going.
So you guys are like... Okay. Another shot rings out Beros. And this time, again, just whistles widely past you guys. Like you see on your like radar now, you've probably like dialed it in a little bit, like picked up the whatever frequency this like shot's coming from, this like strange purple plasma, and it just seals past again, going wide this time. Just for you guys getting away, you've not been hit now for a good at this point like 5 minutes or so, like coming up on 5 minutes. But it's still shooting in your vague direction.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Push a bit further. The minute kind of goes by, and like you see Daisy probably set up like a little like timer on her screen, and like it's like just reset. It's like a minute stopwatch, and just keep resetting. And every time it hits a minute, she's like swerving dramatically. She's like starts to throw this thing off last second. So obviously, the longer it's to travel, the more time you guys have to react. And she swerves again, and then like steadies it back out and tries to find the course again. But this time, no shot rings out.
Right, we might be out of distance range.
Another minute goes by, Daze gets ready, keep an eye on scanners, nothing. She just keeps going, unless you tell her to stop. She's just gonna keep going towards the mine colony.
No, we'll keep going.
All right. A tense 20 minutes go by from when the last shot flew past your bow, but eventually you find yourself tucking in behind Spectre, this big moon with the mining colony on it, and no more shots have arrived in your direction since.
Cyrus will suggest that they sit idle for a minute just to let the engines cool.
I'll do so. Right, let's just assess the damage, make sure everyone's okay. Send out the med teams to just check on crew. I'll send out a comm. If anybody is injured, head to the med bay. And let's do a head count.
Sure. So you like put the kind of like emergency procedures in place. There's a few people who should do med bay. Probably like I think can someone just roll me a d20 to see how the crew fared. You can add a 2 to this score because that's their current quality score. 18. Great.
18.
There's one individual who reports to the medbay. It is one of the Barros, like the Dark Hoof like clan.
Barros.
One of the Barros. But one of the Darkest clan, they have then basically what seems to happen is they were in their bunk at the time, and whenever the ship started taking evasive action, they got thrown into their bunk, and they've quite badly sprained their arm, like their wrist, but they've not broken anything. It's nothing too severe, so just a bit of painkillers, a bit of compression, and it should be okay to heal up in just some time, just take it easy kind of thing. But yeah, nothing too severe, too bad. But you've successfully avoided whatever strange threat that was, and you did it without ever losing your shield or taking any damage to the main hull. So your crew's quality score increases by 2 because your crew are quite impressed of how you handled the scenario situation. Obviously, they don't get the full story, but the good news is they don't have to do big repairs because the shields will just regenerate over the next kind of short rest, I believe.
Ash just probably given the Dark of a little hot drink and splinter or whatever just to rest him up.
Gets a lollipop as well.
He gets a lollipop.
Probably.
But yeah, after an hour of hanging out behind Spectre, because you still need to obviously recharge yourself
I
anyway.
used to give out cookies, but the cookie
shield
jar was always empty.
They all come back online again, and the Emerald Spear is back up to fully fledged and defending. If that happened in the Chimera, you probably all would have died.
Nah, we'd be right.
But yes, there is definitely something in the nebula. Some kind of strange static thing. And whatever reason, you've been through there before. Maybe it's not that particular area. You must have just entered some kind of threat radius or something. But something picked you up. Or maybe something has moved in.
Yeah. Barros will do a full kind of incident report and send it off with the to the amalgamate to advisement that it needs further investigation from a military vessel who could withstand kind of that kind of barrage.
Yep. Perfect. Send the report off. You all get a little long rest if you need one for whatever reason. And you're ready to jump again. Oh. So, Atlas, I will need another navigator's tools check because you have had your first encounter on the journey, and that does reset your navigator's tools check. A new day rises. I will remind you, by the way, that if you're not happy with the outcome of the plotting of course of your navigator, the pilot can attempt to re-roll it.
The navigator is rolling like shit tonight.
However, they do it at disadvantage, so you'd be asking Daze in this instance because it seems to be established that Daze is flying right now. But she could roll disadvantage, but has to take the new roll, and it's a Wisdom Space Vehicles check that she has to make to try to plot a course because she's not relying on her skilled pilot dexterity. She's being actually, you know what? Fuck Atlas. I know how to fly. I know where I can fly better than this.
Offended owl noises.
Or you can take the 15.
Just a quick
I find it more funny that would be Days that would do that as well.
Yeah. So just looking between the Chimera and the Umbral Spear, shield transfers, it says up to 20 HP for both ships. I'm assuming the Umbral Spear has a little bit more leeway because it's more advanced.
The Umbral Sphere also is restricted by 20 as well, unfortunately, just because it's... But you had a minute between those shots firing, so you had plenty of time to accommodate them for them. But yeah, it's 20 increments. It's basically you're busy rerouting power from an area to another. So it's not like a click your fingers, like quickly move it over. It's, you're trying to allocate the stuff, and you're basically waiting for that charge to shift. It's not instantaneous, unfortunately.
Nope, just checking.
That's something you can upgrade, though. You can get upgrades to increase the actual, how much.
Quartermaster, put that on the list. Shield transfer upgrades.
I think whenever you got your, one of your support upgrades, you got a possibility for her to add that bonus, and then you chose something else.
Just Volgair in another room just flicks to the back sheet of his clipboard.
Cyrus's notes.
It's Cyrus's wish list, and he goes to, right, that's item 49.
Hey, I just spent 128,000 on quick repairs for the ship.
650,000 for the last that we bought. And the new fighter was 500,000 as well.
Yep. I mean, Daze isn't going to make a decision like to override Atlas's command, by the way, unless what you guys tell her to. So it's up to you guys. If you want Daze to try to roll again, she can, but she will do it at disadvantage. And there's a wisdom piloting check for her, which she is proficient in. But you maybe, I don't know.
My 15 is fine. Have a little faith.
I would defer to probably Barros or Volker in the situation because they're the two upper pilots. So, but if you're happy with the 15, then we can go with the 15. But I'm just reminding you the opportunity to remind you.
I'm going
before.
with 15.
Cool. Go with the
Yeah,
15.
I do like to imagine-
I'll probably walk in at this point.
I do like to imagine
I
this
imagine-
started with like Alice being like, okay, here's our route. And Dave's like, really? You're going that way? It's like, yes.
And he's like, "Are you sure about this, Barros?" And it's just Atlas just like rotates the head to look at Barros. Are we okay with it?
I do need a couple of.
It's even-
I need
it-
3 D100 rolls, please.
It's even better when you think that 95% of the time the navigator sat directly in front of the captain's chair, so it's a full 180.
You jump and you end up in the Zaraf sector, which is quite heavily fortified Draconic Concordat space. This was the area I believe you had a tussle with a one of the Draconid ships when you first came through here, whenever they then got impacted by a Slad ship.
How many rolls?
Later on. I need
Config.
3 D100s.
I'll do one as
There's
well.
a
Then.
bright
I rolled 97, but then
supergiant blue
compared.
star.
Mary
said
roll
one, but it
come
didn't
up.
come up.
Yeah,
That's fine. So you got
97.
97. That's fine. Who's next?
I've got an 88.
88. Who's next?
95.
Alrighty, 95 it is for your random encounter.
Now, this is either going to be really good or really shit.
So as you kind of get into Zarath, everything else seems quiet. There's no hazards, no worries. You rest bridge all the way up, and you're about to star shift into your next sector for across your next day. However, just when you're running the basic like plotting to make sure you're not gonna have any issues, you can see that in the next system over, there is some kind of like magnetic interference, it looks like, and upon further inspection, it seems like there's some kind of like big comet or something almost exactly in the path you're looking to go. You can commit to the jump anyway. There will be obviously some inherent risks of doing so and require a bit of piloting to get around it. Or you can replot your jump completely and try to go a different way around. But yeah, there's you know that if you get too close to this thing, it's going to make things like it's probably going to throw off like a lot of your equipment because like the magnetic field and maybe even fuck with like your communications and things like that. You're not sure. But it might have some like system interference. Even if you manage to avoid like a direct collision, it might just fuck with like basic piloting skills and stuff like that. So it probably will require some level of your pilot to step up. But you could tap these out if someone else would jump in the pilot seat and show how it's done or whatever.
Barrels.
I think we can, with a couple of good piloting checks, kind of avoid this thing.
Okay. Do you want to take the pilot seat or you want to keep Daze at it?
I could do a couple of piloting checks.
Sure.
It's just Dex plus proficiency, right?
Yes, it is, yeah. So you keep the original course and you head off and you start flying along.
7 plus efficiency, 13.
And you're proficient. Can you use like your reliable talent or anything to make that a 10? Is that for skills checks only?
I was going to say, but I don't know if it's too late to call it. I was going to ready an action to give her all she's got if Barros thinks it's going to go wrong to add +5 to that.
Sweet, yeah. So you can add your proficiency as well. Sarah's going to help you out from the engine room. He's going to give you a good bit of control. Which is funny, Sarah, because normally the main engine actually gets disengaged during a star shift because, like, you're using the alternative, like you're using the
Yeah,
star
I
shift
mean,
drive.
like he's putting more into like side thrusters or to control.
Yeah, so basically what that looks like for you is an engine that routinely would just get shut off for this kind of jump. Like, you turn it on, which is like, it's like step 1 to star shift, turn off main engine, and you're like, no.
Turn
It's like,
on.
I'm not going to do that one.
So, reliable talent, does work on tool proficiencies, so
that becomes a 15
it would be
plus
a 15,
proficiency plus 5 from Cyrus.
It would just be the 10 plus the proficient. Plus the dexterity.
Yeah, your proficiency also should be a
15, 20, plus the
25, right? I think it's 555.
Yeah.
Great. So that's more than enough. So yeah, you're able to avoid this comet. There's a little moment where all of your like systems kind of go down, and you're kind of flying blind, but the engine is still firing. But you manage like whenever the systems like come back online, you've only veered a little bit off course, and you're able to shift it back into that line where you need to be as you kind of like continue on, and that brings you to a new system. And I don't think you guys have been to this system before.
We basically just power shifted a starship drive.
Yeah. You arrive in a system, and the Draconid Concordat modulator that you had for the Chimera, which you have loaded up in the Emerald Spear with all the data loaded across, you see that you've arrived in Ashfang Reach, which is a quite a big like industrial cluster, but also has a lot of like, you know, you kind of like looking around, you can see that there is a big volcanic, huge like super Earth like style planet. So it's like you see these big continents on there, but like you see like big like lots of like big volcanic rock and stuff like that. Even from like space you can kind of see, but it has like an atmosphere. It has like, you know, like this like beautiful like, you know, like quite lush like looking like, you know, areas as well as volcanic areas, kind of like if Iceland was a planet, I guess. As you're kind of like looking down at it, and you can see that there's like, you know, this like quite a heavy like cloud layer kind of like wisping all around it. That is referred to on your HUD as Emberhold Prime. There is also around that planet a ginormous like Draconid made space station, but it is like a mechanical ring, not like a halo, but like an actual planetary ring, which appears to be completely manufactured. It's not natural.
Not like Halo, got it.
And it's this big like shipyard, it seems to be, and it's referred to as the Molten Crown. And you also see kind of nearby popping up on your radar, there is a large like asteroid belt, which is kind of like goes out even further from this kind of like planet, which is near the actual central star here. And it is like, you can see this asteroid belt, and you can see all over the asteroid belt there is tons of little like outposts and like mining colonies and things like that, all littered throughout that. And you would also see that there is nearer that Molten Crown, the shipyard, there is like it looks like a moon. However, it doesn't. It seems to be too far away. It's not actually being affected by the planet. It's like it's almost like a dwarf planet, so it's very, very small. And you can see that is referred to as Ash Scale Bastion, which is marked as a training academy. So yeah, you're quite an intense military industrial area right now in Ashfang Reach as you arrive. But nothing seems to heal you or bother you.
Well, just float around.
I will need Atlas to replot another course for your next stage of the journey. You only have one more jump required.
Come on, you fucking owl, roll better. That's worse. You're rolling worse.
Is Beryl still in the pilot seat for this next day? This will be another day's past since the
I'll probably let Volgear fly.
Volgear, you're in the pilot seat. Your decision if you want to try to override that, or you can just roll with the punch and see what happens. That'd be fine. Last one's pretty fine.
Volgear feels a pair
Just
of
proficient.
black eyes staring into the back of his head.
It's just a proficiency, isn't it? If you've got vehicle tools.
If you have vehicle tool, if you pilot's tools, it's add, and you've got proficient and space vehicle check. Sorry, yeah, you can add your proficiency bonus, and it'll be a wisdom check primarily. But it is a disadvantage because you're like ignoring the plotted course. You're trying to find a different route without like thinking about it too much. You're kind of flying more by instinct rather than by instruction. It's very much the like, you've turned off your targeting computer like level of like, I'm just flying by feel. I'm giving Ryan loads of Star Wars references despite never seeing Star Wars, and I think he's loving it.
Yeah. Temptation, because I've got a +7. If I work that out, that it's even with disadvantages, there's quite a high chance of getting
It's up to
higher
you.
than a 7.
I mean, Atlas gets a +10 to this roll, so.
Yeah, just not been doing very well with the rolls.
The dice know that it's been a while, okay? They're rusty. A rusty dice.
They're angry at you.
They're like, oh, you've come crawling back, have you?
It's been 84 years.
Yeah, no, I think Volgir's going to go for it. He's going to try and there's probably just death stares
Atlas
coming.
is just like watching her screen. She sees the ship just turn slightly, and she's like, "That's not my course."
Volgir, you can make me a piloting space vehicles check with wisdom, please.
I feel like every time Atlas's course gets corrected by the pilot, she just does the it's fine. It's like, damn,
So-
it's not
It's like
fine.
the bitchy Google Maps where it's like, redirecting because my route wasn't good enough apparently.
Cyrus has like
Explain that to
intercoms
me.
and
Roll,
engineering. It's just
roll a
Atlas
wisdom
going,
check.
It's
and then
like
add your
next-
proficiency.
Not that. So I rolled it.
Yeah.
The screen showed me a nat 20 and a 16, and it gave me a nat 20 and an 8.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's with disadvantage.
Yeah,
It's
so it's an
16.
8 plus. Yeah, so it's it's the 8. So 8 plus.
8 plus 7, you said.
Yeah. So 15.
15. Okay.
Probably just ever so slight correction. Just
Cyrus,
a little.
Cyrus is just hearing over the intercom, and then he plotted the course, which isn't even that much better than mine. Yes, I can't believe he did that. That's terrible.
No, she absolutely goes to Astra for her bitching. Astra's like trying to clean down the medical bay, and Atlas is like laid on like one of the hospital beds like it's a therapist couch, and it's like, and he only went like 30 miles past what I was gonna do, which is basically the same course when you're going across space.
Astra just picking up stray stressed fellas like, yeah, okay.
There's just a poor Dart who's still sat in the corner holding.
Just Astra.
There's a guy
Atlas
just
is like-
stood at the door, and he's like, so my appointment was 20 minutes ago. And Alice is like, I'm not done.
And as you fly along, you eventually reach Linksad. I do need 3 D100 rolls, please, for any potential hazards or encounters.
Okay, I'm gonna roll one, and then I'm gonna never let it go if there's a hazard on our route.
Wait, that's a 7.
71.
Okay,
Am I
Gus.
not still not going through?
I could see a 30
Astra
from
got the
Cyrus
7.
and a 67 from Barros, and then
all
other
I
people
can
started
like
yelling
see.
numbers at me.
Oh, I can see a 7
Mine
and a
are coming through. You
71.
don't know what's going on.
No, I can see yours.
If
Yours
you
was
open up the
7.
game log, you can see it.
Is it in D&D Beyond as well? That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I see. I'm rolling on 20.
Yeah, I'm not looking at D&D Beyond.
So am I.
100s.
There's too many people. It needs to
Right.
fix that.
Mine
got
doesn't
it
want to
with
go
me.
through for some reason.
It's weird.
Damn.
It should go through.
Yeah, and it's been going through for like the navigator's fine, but for some reason when I just roll the dice, it doesn't.
The D&D Beyond dice rollers have been like real clunky at the moment. Yesterday we were playing and like people were rolling and they just weren't coming up on like the actual game log.
I've just
I basically had
uninstalled
to-
it and I'm re-doing
I had to
it.
sign out, sign back in, and then refresh the page to get mine to even appear.
Wouldn't it just be easier if you guys all moved to Ireland and we played it in person? So many less
I'm trying,
technicality
okay?
issues.
You have a timeline.
Mary wants a faster timeline.
It costs money, which I need to save. Give me time, woman.
I didn't realize you can.
One of the
Now
girls
they've added Discord.
where I volunteer was talking about like moving house, and I was like, oh cool, if you like bought or rented, and she was like, oh, my grandma gave me her house, and it was like, God, that must be nice.
Oh, bitch.
Must be nice to just be given a house.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm getting dice rolling now, but they're not.
I'm just testing this one quickly.
Yeah, I don't think it's working. Weird. Anyway, I just need one more dice roll for your final check, because I heard like 3 people told me dice, and I want one more roll from one person. Just roll it again if you want, or you can tell me your original number.
Mine was 71.
Perfect.
This is a test roll, by the way. I'm just testing.
That's fine.
That makes such a nice noise when it bounces though.
So that worked.
Yep.
Right, that's fine.
It seems to be just like actual dice rolls aren't transferring through. There's probably a setting in D&D in Beyond 20 to let you turn those on. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I was just playing. I was just playing with settings. There's also we can send it to a Discord channel now. No.
Yeah.
So we could send it to this channel potentially. I'm wondering.
I'm
Yeah,
just
if you wanted to.
testing. Bear with.
But then we wouldn't get to.
I have enabled advanced dice on in the dice options. I don't have anything else.
I see Mary's dice there like go across my screen on D&D Beyond, but then it doesn't pop up in fucking Roll20.
I've just reset everything back to default and it works fine. So
Did you roll? Just roll a. Don't roll a skill check. Just roll like a normal, like bottom left-hand corner dice. Like just do like a random. dice roll.
I just rolled a d20 there, got a 3. It's in the game log. It's not on Roll20.
Yeah, the regular dice rolls aren't going through
Yeah,
for
they're
some
not porting
reason.
over, but that's fine. Maybe you should just make a skill which is like a +0 and just use that for your rules. Won't be any good for the D100s, but work for like 20s.
Well, the d100s would.
The D100s are going through.
D100s are not going through for everybody, only for Cyrus and Barros, and I think they're using Roll20's ruler,
Yeah.
which is why.
Yeah, I just used Roll20 for any custom dice outside of a skill check.
I don't even know where the dice are on Roll20.
It's the little dice under the ruler.
Yeah.
You guys arrive in Linksan. You aim for Theroid system, which is has 2 planets. It's this blue burning star, but the planet you're looking to go to is Zoik, which is this big, lush jungle planet. You know, and like you kind of like see it, like, you know, it's almost like everything about it is just like green and lush, like, you know, it almost reminds you a little bit of like I suppose what Squall was maybe turning into, or a little bit like Lush in itself, but like in planet form rather than like just a little asteroid belt, and all like, you know, big and luscious, no pockets of lack of oxygen and things like that as well. It's just all beautiful and overgrown and rampant, and it has this like beautiful like blue ocean as well with the green. Looks very Earth-like, but like as if Earth before any colonization or like, you know, actual like industrial like stuff had happened.
The good old days.
Thousands and thousands of years ago. But like, you know, there's probably a few areas like big desert as well, kind of sprinkled through about, but most part of this planet is probably this big lush jungle planet.
Hell, I would have loved it here.
We'll end up coming back for it.
I mean, you just flew by earlier. We were pretty close to
if-
Pavo Borealis.
If ever him and his girlfriend need relocated, this is a good option for them, I guess.
While you are
The only place they're getting relocated to is my house.
No.
while you
Why
are
do you care?
Because I will also live there, I think. Isn't that what married people do?
While you're orbiting Zoic, Sunshine probably comes into the like commander's deck, and kind of like is like looking out over the planet, like with his arms folded, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're here. I wish I could
Ready?
tell you where to go, but
Let's go murder your dad. Is that what we were doing? Right?
yeah, kind of."
I'm
We are. I
Wow.
just assume if we're going towards anyone's parents that there's a chance we're gonna murder them. To be honest.
I'll
Including yours.
Even your own, or...
You've met my mother.
To be fair, I think she'd murder me.
But yeah, I suppose you guys want the long version or the short version is the simple question.
I think I've heard the short version. Might need a little bit more context.
Sure. So, my dad, my family, my pride. They're called the Pride of the Golden Sun in you guys' language, best directation. In my language, it's kind of like little roars. You guys probably wouldn't understand. There's a few clicks and clacks in there as well. But they're kind of like semi-nomadic. They don't just wander around like aimlessly. They follow this group of jungle birds. They're like these big land birds. They're called thunderbacks. They got big feet, big bodies, big long necks, and like these huge big beaks. And like if you can take down a thunderback, you can feed a pride for like a season. So they're a big deal. So they follow this like herd around, pick off one every season or so, and that's enough for them to last. The problem is because they move around, they're going to be hard to find exactly where they are because the herd are going to move, and they're going to move with the herd to some level. That's assuming that they're hunting right now. Like at the end of the day, it's hard to know one way or the other. But the area that we were from, it was called the Emerald Expanse, and it's that huge big jungle there, and he like circles the bottom, and it's kind of like near the center of the planet, like near the equator, and it's this big stretch of jungle that kind of like stretches like it must be thousands of kilometers of like jungle there. And he's like somewhere down there, there is all sorts of mess in that place, from little towns to like forgotten civilizations, like old ruins and that kind of stuff. Big predators, it's that kind of thing. There are camps that we have. There's Dawn Rock, which is where we go whenever anyone needs to give birth, which is this like big cliff that overlooks the jungle. That one might be quite an easy one to spot whenever we're flying over. There's the Ember Den, which normally is dry season. It's these big caves in this like big sandstone cliff. There is Whisper Canopy, which is where we tend to go in the rain because the Ember Den floods. So it's like woven up in the trees, got these big houses up in the trees. And there is the River of Teeth, like this fishing settlement as well we use, which follows the river. So if you follow the river, at some point we'll find it. And then finally, there's the King's Rest. The problem is the King's Rest moves around. That's basically wherever the tribe is right now. If they aren't in one of those other 4 more permanent ones, they are in the King's Rest, which is where they stop, and that's where they are. If they're on a hunt and they're following the Thunderbacks, they'll be at the King's Rest, which again isn't a fixed location, but maybe if you go check out some of those other locations, we can maybe find tracks or something like that, or maybe see if anyone has seen them. The general issue is with my family, they're quite territorial. So that area there, that actual like Emerald Expanse, within that area, that's kind of like their territory, but the center of it, they referred to as the Golden Grounds. And it's a bordered area. There's like symbols on trees and stone pillars, stuff like that. Anyone who comes in that area who's not part of the tribe, it's like seen as like an act of aggression, so people tend to avoid it. So like the Baxi and Knolls, even our Leonin tribes, they would need special permission to come in there. Like if they had like a bad season, maybe their hunting was going bad or something like that, they could maybe be allowed in, but they would need to ask my father, the chieftain, for that kind of permission. But we need to find him, so that could be, half the battle. That's going to be half the battle, let's be honest. So we could try to go for some of the more Tabaxi traders, see if they know anything. Like if they like caravan around sometimes, maybe we can get lucky. There's also some Knolls we could try to reach out to and see, but again, we need to find like a Knoll settlement. If we can also get into the Golden Grounds, I might be able to find some of our old like markers. Generally, in case you had to leave someone behind, if someone was sick or injured, or someone was like looking to catch up at the same time you would leave markers along these like sunstones, which can help lead you to where they probably likely are. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dangerous. And then when we find the tribe, what we're gonna do my dad is called. Most people would just call him Chief, but his real name, his name to me, apart from Dad, an asshole, is Solkar Sunmane. Very original. I'm Sunshine Sunmane. If you really was to fall upon that, but I kind of given up that surname whenever I was kicked out. But he's not the most physically like strong anymore. He's probably a bit older. He's been a good few years. Big on survival, big on honor. Any like sentiment is weakness to him. He believes in like strength. And basically in our pride, there's only ever allowed to be one breeding bloodline, so other males are allowed to exist in the tribe, but only the reigning chief's eldest son is expected to inherit. So all other adult males are actually ritually made into eunuchs before adulthood, and they become hunters, shamans, guardians, rather than like a rival who might, lay a claim for the pride. It's a tradition that my pride held for many, many generations before. Probably some reason for it back in the past. I don't know the reason why. Most people accept it as necessary. However, I felt bad for my brother, my younger brother, who was still only a little cub at the time, and I told my dad that I didn't want him to suffer, and I didn't want him to, have to, go through that. It sounded pretty awful, and I wouldn't have had to. I was the eldest, so I wouldn't have to go through that. But my father saw that as some kind of weakness, so I lost my claim to the chieftain, and then my mother, Ashara, she performed my coming of age ceremony and unified me instead. So as far as I know, my little brother is probably still fine. He kind of took my place as the new heir to the pride, in a sense, the new like chief who would be after my father. He's not my full brother. He's my half brother. My father obviously has many partners, but he's called Kezar. I was very young. He was very young when I left. They might remember me by name, but maybe not by stature or anything like that. So, and there is other people I can maybe call on. I don't know if they're still there. A good friend of mine, Raka, she was very good to me. Similar age, great with a spear. But we can maybe speak to her if we do find them, maybe out and about. I don't know, but yeah. And then whenever we get there, there is I suppose it depends how it's gonna go. If it goes the way my father wanted to go, he'll probably make me want to do some kind of trial, like prove myself. And we'll try to prove each other to be the more worthy person. But that would be what you were doing if you were like opposing the chief as like the new ruler. But I can't really have like cubs, so it's probably pointless. So I don't know what I want to do if I'm honest. But maybe just get my dad to stand down. I don't know. I don't know how. I think I'll know when I look at him. But yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest, I've talked a lot.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that many words one after the other.
Yeah. Yeah, me either. I think I need to go to like a drink of like milk or something.
Alice waits for him to leave and just turns and goes, I didn't even think he knew that many words.
Hell of a thing he did for his brother, though. So are we killing the dad? Is that the plan here? Are we just...
Well, we'll see what Sunshine wants to do, you know?
I was gonna say, like, I don't know whether or not Sunshine would agree, but if we land in this golden circle thing he was talking about, that's definitely a way for them to find us. Like, just sacred site, land in the middle of it. Definitely make the search a lot easier. Might take a week.
I feel like if anything, just like castrating his dad is that would be the like, fuck you.
The eye for an eye approach.
Also, follow-up question. How does that work? Like, I didn't know that was a thing that could happen to people.
You'd be surprised at the things you could do to another person and them to still live. I've seen some shit.
Atlas coming for a planet where everyone's got the same thing and it's a cloaca.
Cyrus coming from hell, where
I just love
nobody's
the
seen
idea
him.
of them being like, yeah, they cut it off. It's like, they cut what off?
I wonder how big these thunder birds are. We could feed the crew for a while. Might be a nice treat.
don't know. Most things on Squad that were birds are people now, so... Normally that's my frame of reference for things. Although, to be fair, it's not really worked out. Like, spiders' frame of reference was not correct at all.
Yeah, I mean, the spiders of hell are still technically more normal than your spiders, and they're on fire, like constantly on fire.
Still alive. Feels weirder than our spiders. Ours just have like lots of legs, lots of eyes.
Too many legs and too many eyes.
The spiders.
I would argue all spiders have too many legs and too many eyes.
Spiders from hell follow like the 8 legs, 8 eyes principle, but they're on fire and they scream all the time in like a human scream. They're just screaming in pain like the fire's burning them, but it's not.
They just scream, you know, as
Yeah.
just for
Like
funsies.
blood curdling screams. That's how they like. Instead of like the little like chitters, like quiet little things spiders do. There's like blood curdling screams.
I'm imagining my child Cyrus is like, oh no, a spider got in the house. He's carrying it out and it's just screaming at him.
If Sunshine
Also,
getting an image of-
child Cyrus having to go through his kitchen cabinets to get a cup, but all the cups he's finding aren't fireproof, and he's like, God damn it, where?
But would the cups be big enough for the spiders of hell? He's
Just
like,
that-
carrying out like a small dog.
just gets a shovel, just like carry it out.
You get,
He's just
you get
the
like
only-
one of those
the only-
big, like, baking, like the giant metallic ones, like, there we
Just
go.
sets a wheelbarrow on it, and he's like, how do I lift it?
Carrying it out, and the fire is slowly starting to spread through the metal, like,
I'm only half resistant.
If I can get an image of those thunderjack things, could locate them, make it easier. We'll locate them, locate the tribe potentially.
Well, I mean, he says one could feed an entire tribe for a season, so I imagine they're fucking massive. We could probably just fly over.
Yeah,
the
have you
usual
seen
hunting
Sunshine
grounds.
eat? Most things we get don't even feed him for an entire day.
He tried to steal my portion once. If we flew over on the shuttle or the Chimera, depending on how big a ship we want to take, we might just be able to spot them from the air.
Possible. At the very least, we'll probably be able to spot something from the air, at least some level of civilization, whether we end up with Knowles or Leonin or Baxi.
Well, I definitely think we should hit the sites that he mentioned, like the cliffs, the river, the clearing, do a flyby over each of those and just see if we spot them. If not, and we pass a village, land in the village, see where the tribe is.
Just remember that, like, these people probably aren't going to be very friendly to outsiders.
When do we ever expect a warm welcome?
Yeah, but especially.
Barros, the longer you stare at that cookie, the longer it's going to take to bake. It's like watching a kettle boil.
Listen, I'm hungry. We're talking about going into a jungle. Do you know what jungles don't have?
Cookies?
Cookies!
Unless we take the Chimera, in which case you have your cookie dispense.
Jungles
right.
always
We
make me
need to
think of
uninstall
Tower.
it. We need to uninstall it and reinstall it into the
I wonder how
armor chair.
tameable these
Well,
birds
what
are.
if you take the Chimera and you don't have cookies?
Atlas? No.
Fizz will like, you know, be standing at the door, like just like listening, and he'll just be like, if you would like to see some proper beasts, we should make a trip to Thaxil before we go. The lizard folk have the giant lizards, the ones they hold in fairly high regard, but they are apparently quite bestial in nature. I believe they are called dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs.
How tameable are those?
Apparently,
No.
some of the lizard folk ride them like horse.
Oh!
Oh.
Cyrus wasn't on board until he found out he could ride one like a horse, and now he's like a little bit tempted.
No, that's Ryan creeping into Cyrus.
That was a me. I slipped out.
Earlier point that I've made of, you know, if Jurassic Park was real, even if it had had the multiple escapes and reopened, Ryan would still totally go.
My sister sent me a clip of a guy going, my toxic trait is, if they open Jurassic Park, I would still go. Under it, she just captioned, this is you. And
I
was
feel like
"Yep."
I feel like when Jurassic Park first opened, it would be absurdly expensive because, like, only place in the world you can see dinosaurs. And then they'd have the first few breakouts and loads of people dying, and the price would drop, and Ryan would be like, it's so cheap now, I can go.
$300 with a flight
Well,
included.
I-
Hell yeah!
Like, Mary, look, it's only like £900 for a week, all inclusive. And she's like, 7 people just died to raptors.
They got them back in the cage.
Security will be great right now. I love the guy who does the skits, where it's just like,
Red call, sorry, it was not the lizard folk. It's the Yuan-Ti homeworld. It's
Okay.
Temir, because the Yuan, the lizard folk homeworld is the same one the dragons are from. So Temir is one with your big lizards.
there's a guy who just does skits of the Jurassic Park, but with enrichment. Like, that's the reason all the dinosaurs escaped, is because they just didn't have good enough enrichment.
But yeah, you guys do a little quick preliminary scan of Linkside, like looking for anything like if you help you like plot it. But yeah, you've got a big search area to start. But it sounds like the most useful landmark Sunshine can provide you is that that big kind of like the first camp he mentioned, Dawn Rock, which apparently where all clubs are board. He says that it's a big like cliff crag that like juts out of over the canopies, which should be able to be seen from a ship flying by. Might take you some time to search, but it might be a good place to start. Or if you can find that river.
Do they
might be able to
then
find a
hold
fisherman.
the cubs up?
Yeah, it's Pride Rock.
Okay.
It's straight up Pride Rock. I ripped off the Lion King.
They hold the cubs up. Elton John is there singing.
Yeah, Elton John's there singing, "Hey, look,
Whoopi
it's a lion."
Goldberg is a knoll.
Hey, you might find her. The Knolls are on this planet. But yeah, I think that is 11 o'clock, and I think that is a good time to call it before you go breaching down into the atmosphere of Zoic. So until next time, hopefully it won't be another 5 weeks, but take it easy, and bye-bye.
Alright, see you all next month.